Hello, welcome to Football Focus, your number one destination for the latest football news, transfer updates, match analysis, breaking stories, and everything happening around the football. If you're new in this channel, please remember to subscribe, share, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any important football updates. GAVI, FERMÍN, and the secret signal. Julián Álvarez's Barcelona dream is igniting Camp Nou. The transfer window has not officially exploded yet, but deep beneath the surface of European football, something extraordinary is beginning to take shape. A few words, a few social media interactions, a few silent signals, and suddenly Barcelona fans around the world are dreaming again. Because what happened recently has sent shockwaves through the football community. Julián Álvarez, one of the most talented forwards in world football, publicly expressed his frustrations and hinted at his desire to leave Atletico Madrid. For many clubs across Europe, it was simply another transfer story. For Barcelona supporters, it felt like destiny knocking on the door. But what happened next made the story even more fascinating. Barcelona midfield stars FERMÍN López and GAVI were seen liking posts related to Álvarez's comments and his reported desire to join Barcelona. Just a simple click, just a small gesture. Yet in modern football, these moments often speak louder than press conferences. And suddenly, millions of Barca fans began asking the same question. Was this merely coincidence? Or was it a message? A message that the Barcelona dressing room already knows something the rest of the world doesn't. Because football history has shown us many times that transfers often begin long before official announcements. They begin with whispers, with conversations, with friendships, with players imagining who they would love to play alongside. And right now, it appears that two of Barcelona's brightest stars would be more than happy to welcome Julián Álvarez to Camp Nou. The possibility alone is enough to excite every Blaugrana supporter. Imagine it. The energy of GAVI, the creativity of Pedri, the intelligence of FERMÍN López, the leadership of the young Barcelona core, and ahead of them, a relentless warrior like Julián Álvarez, a player who never stops running, a player who never stops fighting, a player who has won everything despite being only at the beginning of his career. World Cup winner, Champions League winner, Copa America winner, a player built for the biggest moments. Exactly the kind of player Barcelona have been searching for as they continue building the next great era under the guidance of coach Hansi Flick. Inside Camp Nou, a new project is emerging, a project built around youth, hunger, ambition, and the desire to return Barcelona to the very top of world football. And Álvarez fits that vision perfectly. He is not simply a goal scorer, he is a football soldier. He presses defenders, he creates chances, he sacrifices himself for the team, he inspires teammates. Those qualities are priceless, especially for a manager like Flick, who demands intensity from every player on the pitch. This is why reports linking Álvarez to Barcelona refuse to disappear. The connection feels natural. The player reportedly admires Barcelona. The fans adore him. The sporting project suits him. And now, even Barcelona players appear to be openly showing their appreciation. For supporters, these social media likes were more than just likes. They felt like hope. Hope that Barcelona are preparing something special. Hope that another superstar wants to wear the famous Blaugrana shirt. Hope that the club's future is becoming brighter every day. Across social media, fans immediately reacted. Videos exploded. Posts went viral. Theories spread everywhere. Some supporters described the likes as a welcome message. Others called it the first chapter of a future transfer. No one knows exactly what is happening behind closed doors, but one thing is certain. The excitement is real. Because football is not only about contracts and negotiations. Football is about dreams. And right now, Barcelona fans are dreaming of seeing Julián Álvarez walking onto the Camp Nou pitch wearing the famous red and blue colours. Imagine the atmosphere, the stadium packed with over 90,000 supporters. The lights shining, the crowd roaring, and the stadium announcer introducing Barcelona's newest superstar. Julián Álvarez. The noise would be deafening. The excitement would be unforgettable. And perhaps the most exciting part of all is that Álvarez would not be arriving alone. He would be joining one of the most talented young generations Barcelona has produced in years. A generation led by GAVI, FERMÍN, Pedri, Lamine Yamal, and many others. a generation determined to bring glory back to Catalonia. Together they could create something special, something historic, something that lasts for years. Of course, football transfers are never simple. Atletico Madrid will not easily let one of their biggest stars leave. Negotiations would be difficult. Competition from other clubs could emerge. The financial challenge would be enormous. But dreams rarely come easy, and the greatest transfers in football history often begin with the smallest signs. A rumour, a conversation, a photograph, a social media interaction. Today, Barcelona fans are looking at those likes from GAVI and FERMÍN López and wondering whether they are witnessing the first clues of a future blockbuster transfer. Maybe it means nothing. Maybe it means everything. Only time will tell. But what cannot be denied is the growing connection between Julián Álvarez and Barcelona. The story is becoming impossible to ignore. The dream is becoming impossible to stop. And if the stars align, if the opportunity arrives, and if Barcelona manage to complete one of the biggest moves of the summer, the next chapter of the Blaugrana revolution could have a new hero. A warrior from Argentina, a champion of the world, a striker built for greatness, a player that GAVI and FERMÍN López may already be imagining as their future teammate. His name is Julián Álvarez, and the Camp Nou dream is alive.